This event is so big for us. One, it provides education to the community about what we do. Our mission at Sojourner House to provide a safe haven for mothers to recover with their children, and also Sojourner House Moms, which is our housing program, to provide a safe haven for families that are experiencing homelessness and maybe substance use disorders and mental health. So this is an opportunity for us to learn as a community how we can help these families thrive.
The first tea was held at the Fox Chapel Presbyterian Church, and everything was donated.
So it was rather informal. It was not an emphasis on fundraising. It was really an emphasis on thanking people, telling our story, and also providing a new event, a new experience for staff who might never go to something like this, and to the women themselves.
It comes at a lovely time of year. It's a spring, it's near Mother's Day. It's a time where I think a lot of us are thinking about growth and blooming, and also the women in our life.
During COVID 2020, we ended up having to go virtual. And that was just quite an experience. And we all joined forces to make that happen. And it was a very successful year. And if I recall, we delivered tea in a box to people so they could still celebrate the tea at home.
My daughter and I, Evelyn, were volunteering at Sojourner House. We were going over there on Sunday afternoons and playing bingo with the moms and the kids for prizes, and we both loved it. And somebody said, "You should come to the tea." And I said, "Great, we will." And since then, she's gotten multiple college degrees, got married, and moved to Boston. But she's flying in for the tea this year. She adores it.
It's a really unique event, and it brings together a lot of different people from different backgrounds and different parts of the town, all at a really nice venue at the William Penn, with a really nice tea, with a really great auction, and just really great people and stories.
Our first event was at the Fox Chapel Presbyterian Church in their auditorium. The board members baked the cookies, and we had somebody make little sandwiches and scones for us. The tablecloths were too expensive to rent, so we went to some linen outlet and purchased them and literally ironed them ourselves, made lemonade, brought our own teapots, and that was our first Victorian tea.
We started encouraging people to wear hats and fascinators, and now that's become something that people are excited to get a new hat or a new fascinator.
The Pearl of Hope Award was designed specifically to acknowledge someone who had made a great personal investment, not necessarily monetary, but a personal investment of themselves.
A board member came up with the idea of Pearl of Hope, and I remember being at that meeting and everybody loved the message of hope.
I think the Victorian tea in particular is a powerful event for board members, for the community, for all of the people who attend, because we really focus on highlighting our success stories, the people who have gone through the program and recovered.
When I first learned about the mission, it resonated with me because my sister is in recovery. And when I first became involved with Sojourner House, Patty was an active addiction, and she was actually addicted to crack cocaine. I have always thought if she and my nephew, who during her addiction, she didn't see him for 20 years. I always thought if Sojourner House had been in Patty's life, it could have been a whole different ballgame.
Addiction is something that almost everyone has been affected by to some extent. So there are many relatable stories that I've heard through my involvement at Sojourner House, and this is one way for us to really amplify to a greater public the work that we do.
You're in the Sojourner House proper program for a period of months, but then you have the moms program that really helps sustain that recovery over the long term. So you have a chance to go to school, get things straightened out, get housing, get your kids enrolled in school, like all of those things that most of us take for granted. Those folks who've been struggling with addiction haven't had a chance to focus on. And the moms program really helps them, gives them the opportunity to do that and stay in a healthy environment.
The tea has been very informative, not only to me, but informative as to getting donors, getting outside individuals to understand the mission and the value of what Sojourner House Treatment Facility and Moms does for women and children.
I wanted to tell you about something that was very meaningful to me at one of the teas. A woman came up to me and said, "I just want to tell you how much I appreciated your help. I got the apartment, and I want you to know I have a job at the bank, and my daughter's going to college."
I've been approached by families, members of our women after the event, and said, "I know that you've been a part of Sojourner House. I just want to tell you that you brought our family back together." This one woman, she said, that's 45 people that had given up hope. And Sojourner House has reinstated that hope and put our family back together.
I think the favorite moment for me was Nashana, who is our vice president at Sojourner House Board, and how she spoke about her lived experience at Sojourner House with her mom. Her mom was a client many years ago, and just to see how mothers who experience substance use disorder, that doesn't mean that their children will experience it also. I think that's a stigma as well. And just for her to be able to communicate her life experience was priceless, and it was beautiful.
So my very favorite memory is last year. I was assisting with one of the kids, and the kid would not allow me to get up and speak. He was attached to my hip throughout the whole luncheon, and it just really showed the audience how much we do and step above and beyond to support the mission and the women.
Sojourner House's Victorian Tea has been able to sustain itself as such an incredible event because of the volunteers and the staff who work so hard to put together such a beautiful day.
I think it's important for businesses to sponsor the Victorian Tea and events like the Victorian Tea because, to use a business term, the return on investment of believing in these women and their children and the impact that the work that Sojourner House and Sojourner House Moms has on multiple generations is so powerful and so important in this community that I think businesses can feel really confident that their support is going to a really valuable cause.
Wow, 20 years, wow. My vision is to make sure that we continue to have this event, but to expand it more, to have it more diverse, to let men that it's okay to come in and participate with women. Also to have community members want to be more engaged at the event. Because I think the more you have community members, you have funders, but you also have those impacted by substance use disorder, then it makes a more holistic event.
We change lives. We are an opportunity for second, third, fourth chances, but we make a difference in lives.
I think the tea is very much in line with our mission. It's a celebration of joy and of achievement.
Well, past volunteers, I want to say thank you for your time and thank you for just supporting the event. Without you, we wouldn't be here for our 20th year. To our present and future volunteers, we need you so we can be around another 20 years. And so your time that you give to the organization is priceless, and we're forever grateful.